walking in the forest and looking at different details. Some of it's quite scrubby, as you can see, a bit messy. And some of it's a bit more pristine, a bit more manicured, a bit more together. Made me think. The landscape of our psyche. There are places in the landscape of our psyche that we've spent days, weeks and months manicuring, cleaning up, perfecting, making comfortable to live in. And then there's other parts that we don't go to as frequently, that are scrubby and messy. And look at that undergrowth. You could hide a whole bunch of stuff in there. It's also the end of January, coming into February. So look at the sleepy moss. Sleepy moss down there on the ground. Everything is beginning to notice that there's more light coming in, and it's starting to activate and wake up, as are we. I've been feeling my age lately, feeling the slowness, and celebrating the fact that I'm here and that I have an opportunity to work with the new changes of my body. It is. I mean, there are many people don't get that opportunity. I feel blessed. And having more care and compassion for myself now than I ever have done, I think also is a blessing. So why am I talking like this? Well, look at this. Here's all chopped wood. You can see there on the ground. Why am I talking like this? Well, we're coming into February, and every February I do Raise Your Vibration Bootcamp. So first of all, I want to invite you on to that. But I wanted to talk to you about the phrase that I use constantly, the phrase I always tell people, which is, please, may I be connected to the highest frequency of healing energy that I can hold today. So think about that when I'm talking about the psyche, the landscape, when you're in a particularly damaged region. Look at this, with fallen down trees, unmanicured grass. And you know what? It doesn't need to be manicured. There's magic and beauty in the messiness, but we forget that. But let's just say that you're hanging out in this part of your psyche because it's winter and we need to go to the dark places. So when we say, please can I have the highest vibration of healing energy that I can hold today, you're holding all of this in your psyche. You're holding everything. And it can feel like you're way down. But feelings are subjective. And just because you feel that way doesn't mean you are heavy, slow, or old. Because I have days where I feel younger. You know, so we change and move. So why is it important to raise your vibration or to connect to the healing? Well, that's what keeps us buoyant and free and light and bright. And it's when you start to sink into the heaviness, when you think that the heaviness is all that there is, or when you begin to identify, there's a great word. You're identifying yourself by the broken tree. Instead of saying, I am the forest, You are the broken tree. And when you identify yourself as just one part of you, which could be your emotional pain, look, a broken tree in a forest could easily be grief. You are not your grief. You are the forest. You're not just one part of it. You might happen to be hanging out in this part for a while, and that's okay. Allow yourself. So 21 days of healing, 21 days of my supporting you to not necessarily clean up your forest, but to disassociate yourself from how you're identifying with yourself, so that you feel like me, blessed to be in this mess and have the opportunity to learn, because God would not have put you here if there wasn't learning in it. And I truly believe that. But also the healing energy can give you the energy you need to endure, if endurance is where you are in your process. Healing energy lifts the grief from your heart. So let's say that that tree, the broken tree, the grief you're carrying, really is redundant now. So you can burn it, clear the forest to build something new. A little Hansel and Gretel cottage, maybe, to lure in children. Something beautiful to lure in something beautiful. Like attracts like. Healing energy to lift you into more light, into spring energies. Look at that, there's a quagmire over there, if I've ever seen one. Wouldn't want to be falling in there now. So anyway, so there's two things for you to think about, maybe more. How are you identifying yourself? Are you identifying yourself by what you're feeling, what you're carrying, by the state of your psyche, the landscape of you? The offer here of my support, it's always here. My brand new website now is working out a treat, and I've got these self-paced programs. There's a free one there that you can try if you want some help and support, called the Anxiety Playbook, to help you lift out of anxiety so that you're not feeling like you're caught or shackled to the darker, messier part of your psyche. I mean, there's more to you than just what you're experiencing at the moment. And we have to live with other people, as you can hear. And so you want to be freed up, to have the energy to manage that, to meet them where they are, meet yourself where you are. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. You're invited to join me. It's pay what you can afford, starting at 44 euros, which I think, for the amount of effort and energy that I put into it, is makes me feel validated. It's not that much. I used to charge a lot more. And it's 21 days, 2 full 1-hour webinars with tons of healing and an energy exercise every day for you to do to help you extract yourself from under that tree, burn it, clear it, and open out to the vista and the beauty of the landscape that you actually truly are. You are the forest. You're not the debris in the forest. So lift your head up to the sky and see how tall and how beautiful you have the potential to be. And maybe I'll see you over on my website, avi-win.com.